Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Spectra Credit Union's 2021 Annual Meeting of Members. Thank you for joining us this morning. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that you are attending this meeting in listen-only mode. This means that your webcam and microphone access have been disabled for this meeting. If at any point during today's meeting you have questions, you can submit them by using the Questions tab in your webinar's control panel. If you are using a mobile device, this tab is marked with a question mark. Please be sure to include your name as it appears on your account. We will follow up with you directly with a response to your question at the conclusion of today's meeting. Also, there will be two instances when, as a member, you'll be asked to vote. The first will be to approve the meeting minutes from our 2020 annual meeting of members held May 15th, 2021, which were emailed to all attendees yesterday. The second will be to vote for the meeting adjournment. To vote, a box will appear on your screen with the question and two voting choices, yes or no. You will be given 15 to 30 seconds to indicate your vote after the question appears. With that, I'd like to introduce our chairperson of the board, Mary Kappus.
Thank you, Nick. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great honor to serve as the host of today's meeting. On behalf of your volunteer board of directors and supervisory committee, welcome to the Spectra Credit Union 2021 Annual Meeting of Members. I'd like to thank all of you, and especially anyone who's joining the meeting for the first time, for taking the time to join us. Holding an annual meeting is mandated by federal regulations. The meeting is held each spring, and the main purpose is to review credit union accomplishments and performance over the past calendar year, and to give our members the opportunity to ask questions and to give us feedback. The meeting used to be held in person at the credit union headquarters in Alexandria, but since 2020, we have held it virtually. We've been pleased to discover that going virtual has increased participation by our members, so we plan to continue in this format for the foreseeable future. The first order of business is to verify that we have obtained a quorum of at least 15 members. I have received information from the executive administrator that we have obtained a quorum and can proceed with the meeting. Next, we need to approve the minutes from the 2020 annual meeting of members held on May 15th, 2021. The minutes were sent to all registered attendees prior to today's meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the 2020 annual meeting of members held on May 15th, 2021.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Attendees, please vote now via the poll within the GoToWebinar, and we will pause for a moment while Nick tallies the results. Since there are no comments or questions, the motion to approve the minutes is approved. As the next order of business, I'd like to introduce you to our current volunteer board of directors and supervisory committee members. On the board of directors, we have Christoph Engler, vice chairman, Tom Swain, treasurer, Suleiman Guliapoglu, secretary, Joseph Baccaro, director, Angelina Callahan, director, Frank Herr, director, Richard Bevilacqua, director, Scott Moran, director, and Trina Petty, associate director. On the supervisory committee, we have Richard Barb, chairperson, Carol Sullivan, secretary, Jane Schaub, member, and Beverly Susie Saul, associate member. I'll now proceed to the report of the directors. So good morning again. I'm Mary Kappus, and I've been chair of the board of directors for a little under a year now. So this is my first time presenting to you, the members of the credit union. The credit union's mission is to provide high quality financial services and education to help our members, communities, and employees reach their full potential. We on the board of directors represent you, the members. We work closely with the credit union's managers who carry out the operations of running the business. The board provides oversight to ensure financial security and provide strategic direction to ensure that the organization is meeting the members' needs now and in the foreseeable future. In these comments, I'll update you as to how the credit union performed during 2021. In 2021, the COVID pandemic was in its second year of being a major influence on every aspect of our lives. For many people and organizations, just handling the challenges from the ongoing pandemic was all they could do. But I'm pleased to report that during this year, our credit union not only dealt with these challenges, but took on several major projects, which we completed successfully. We used this time to put our credit union in a very strong position to thrive in the post-pandemic environment. Let me provide some details about two of the projects. One, rebranding, and two, moving the Alexandria branch to the Shops at Merck Center. Rebranding. Yes, we changed our name from NRL Federal Credit Union to Spectra Credit Union. We also completely redesigned our website and created a vibrant new logo. You can see that at our updated branch offices, both outside and in, and on our documents. The new look and name are strongly based on our roots at NRL. Spectra is the name of the lab's employee newsletter. The word spectra is used in almost all the research areas of the lab, like chemical analysis or radar frequencies or the visible light spectrum. That range of colors, chemicals, or frequencies brings to mind diversity. We'd noticed that the credit union's sustaining growth over the past decade has come more from the neighborhoods around the Waldorf and Alexandria branches than from within the lab itself. The resulting diversity is exactly what one strives for in financial portfolios. We're talking about diversity in several senses, a range of ages, ethnic backgrounds, and banking needs, giving us a better mix of savers and borrowers. The new name Spectra reflects that and makes it publicly clearer that we're open to the community. The new name gives us the opportunity to grow in areas that will make the credit union stronger and healthier. In fact, since the rebranding in October, we have been attracting more new members than before. The website has attracted more viewers as well, and by various statistics, we can see that the redesign has made it easier to navigate. The new branch location. The second major project in 2021 was the opening of the branch in the Shops at Merck Center. This relocated the Alexandria branch from its rather isolated former location on Cherokee Road, just a few miles to the busy shopping center on North Beauregard. The local businesses, their patrons, and the residents of the numerous housing units in the area give us the opportunity to develop a broader customer base and expand our community. Not only is the new branch in a more populated area, but it has the added convenience of a drive-through and walk-up ATM. We had an initial opening celebration in February with hot chocolate to acknowledge the cold weather, and a bigger celebration in late April. We hope you took advantage of these events to see the beautiful new facility available to all members. COVID-19. These major projects were completed despite the ongoing challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. When the pandemic started more than 2 years ago, our credit union immediately took steps to protect its employees and customers, both physically and financially. We adapted by increasing staffing in the call center, offering scheduled appointments, and increasing physical cleaning and protective measures in the branches. Our employees have gone above and beyond to fill in for sick colleagues and to ensure the needs of our members were always a priority. For our members, we offered several financial assistance programs. Our free Skip-a-Pay for loans ran through the summer of 2021, and we continue to offer modifications and financial assistance to those that still suffer from the effects of COVID-19. One thing that COVID-19 did was remind us of the importance of community. We aren't in this alone. We understand that life is not completely back to normal yet, so if any members are still experiencing challenges, they just need to reach out to us and we will work with them to help. Member service. We remain committed to providing outstanding customer service to all our members. We have ensured sufficient staffing, even during COVID, to keep branches open and running smoothly. Our call centers have remained responsive, even during higher call volume periods, with average wait times of about 1 minute. Member survey results during 2021 showed high scores, and we frequently get feedback from members who have had exceptional service from our employees. I'll share just 2 examples here. The first one was posted on Facebook. FYI, I just had a terrific customer service experience at your call center. The representative handled all of our questions without transferring us. We're out of the country and often get disconnected by transfers. He was extremely competent, accommodating, and friendly as well. And the wait time until he picked up our call was extremely short compared to another financial institution we've been trying to deal with. We're now working on transferring all our banking to Spectra. The second example fully embodies the credit union spirit of giving and was shared with our Waldorf branch manager. One of our employees noticed a pair of our members in the Waldorf parking lot whose car battery died. Unfortunately, no one had jumper cables, so our employee drove around the corner, purchased a pair of jumper cables, returned to the branch parking lot, and jump-started their car. And our employee gave the cables to the members so that they would have them in the future. As you can imagine, the members were blown away by this level of service. We value all your feedback, both positive and negative. When members point out areas where we've fallen short, we take that to heart and find ways to do better, because the credit union is here to serve you, the members. Community outreach. We recognize that each of our members is part of a community and that the credit union itself, through its branches, is part of a community as well. In the past several decades, most shareholder-controlled businesses have ignored their ties to community. As a not-for-profit organization, your credit union does not ignore those ties, but rather sees strengthening community as core to our mission. In fact, that's in our mission statement, which you can find in the About section on our webpage. It reads, our mission, to provide high-quality financial services and education to help our members, communities, and employees reach their full potential. Despite restrictions on gathering due to the COVID-19 pandemic, last year we partnered with 33 nonprofit organizations, impacted over 4,000 individuals, and donated over 1,600 pounds of food. Our employees volunteered almost 600 hours, and the credit union donated over $15,000 to local nonprofits. Our outreach efforts are expanding so that we can reach even more people in need next year. Follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn to see the great work your credit union is doing in our communities. Financial strength. While helping the community and helping our members experience COVID-19 related challenges, our credit union remains financially strong. Our members saw the credit union as a safe place to keep COVID stimulus money, which contributed to our significant asset growth last year of 7.7%. Auditors and regulators also saw our credit union as safe and very well run financial institution, giving us high grades in audits and reviews. One measure that shows this strength is our capital, which remains very high at 10.5%, well above the regulatory limit of 7%. As you've probably all noticed, the economic environment is changing rapidly. We're seeing higher employment rates and higher inflation. COVID-related manufacturing and shipping delays continue to impact the real economy. The war in Ukraine provided a big jolt. Oil prices are increasing, and so is uncertainty. However, the credit union continues to review our performance, rate offerings in deposits and loans, and the uncertain economic environment to ensure our operations remain competitive, but also safe and secure. In conclusion, 2021 was a transformative year with our rebrand, new website, and new branch location. Your board of directors is very proud of the work done by your credit union in 2021, as these challenges will serve as the foundation for continued growth and success well into the future. We look forward to continuing to serve your needs in 2022 and beyond. Next, I will turn it over to Kristin Shultz, the President and CEO of Spectra Credit Union, to highlight more of the credit union's progress in 2021.
Thank you, Mary. It's my honor to represent the staff and management of Spectra Credit Union at today's annual meeting, and I thank you for the opportunity to speak. 2021 was a brilliant year for Spectra Credit Union, with several significant projects culminating in the fourth quarter to lead us into 2022 with renewed energy and enthusiasm. I am tremendously proud of the employees and their dedication to living out the mission of the credit union, especially during the past couple of years fighting the COVID-19 pandemic. Unlike many organizations, we did not make any reductions in force, and quite the contrary, We actively hired for many positions as we continue to build a foundation for our future growth. As Mary mentioned in her remarks, our community outreach efforts have expanded exponentially over the past year. This commitment would not be possible without the dedication of the Spectra employees who give their time to support our communities in the area of food insecurity, homelessness, financial literacy, and more. There is no better way to measure impact than to see the faces of the people you help and the gratitude they show. In addition to the items previously discussed by Mary, one other major focus in 2021 was the migration of our technology infrastructure to a more stable, secure, and fast provider. Despite many competing priorities, we successfully completed the migration of our back-end technology systems throughout 2021. This will help further secure your data and provide the speed you require to conduct your banking transactions, and it will also save us some money. Mary briefly spoke about our 2021 performance, and as you can see, it was a hectic year. Let's take a quick review of the financial highlights for 2021. Spectra ended the year with approximately $562 million in assets. This was a 7.7% increase over 2020. Net income was $718,000. We had loan growth of 12%, originating $201 million in loans and helping almost 4,400 members with their financial needs. The quality of our loan portfolio continues to be outstanding with a delinquency ratio of 0.87% and charge-offs of 0.32%. Credit union membership continues to grow with a 4.4% growth rate in 2021. Overall, Spectra Credit Union had another year of fantastic financial performance that has positioned the credit union nicely to withstand the economic uncertainty of today's environment. The credit union strives to provide you with fast and reliable service, and we are proud of the continued great work in our communications center. In 2021, we had approximately 15,000 fewer calls than in 2020, with 49,293 calls with an average wait time of 1 minute and 36 seconds. We even got down to an average wait time of 37 seconds in September, so we'll continue to try to replicate that number. I would now like to introduce the members of the executive team who support the mission of the credit union every day. Carrie Quinn, the Chief Financial Officer, Kate Brennan, the Chief Operating Officer, Beverly Bates, the Vice President of Retail, Marketing, and Business Development, Aaron Hibbard, the Vice President of Risk and Compliance, John Lagasse, the Vice President of Technology, Deneen Messersmith, the Vice President of Lending, and finally, my Executive Assistant, Kathy Tyson, who assists me in all aspects of serving Spectra. Thank you all for your support. Your credit union continues to grow, offer enhanced products and services, and prioritize member service and community outreach. Our goal is to make each of you reach your full potential, whatever that might mean to you. If you have any questions or suggestions, please contact us via our communications center or our website at spectracu.com. On behalf of all employees of the credit union, thank you for being a member of the credit union, and we appreciate the opportunity to serve your financial needs. Thank you.
Thank you, Kristin, for that excellent presentation. And on behalf of the board, let me personally thank you and your executive team for your leadership in accomplishing these major projects. Thanks to all of you, management and staff, for the extra work, the thought and diligence, and the dedication you all exhibited in completing the projects while continuing to keep employees and members safe and the credit union in a strong financial position. Next, we turn to the Supervisory Committee report, which will be delivered this year by the Credit Union Supervisory Committee Chair, Rich Barb. Rich, over to you.
Thank you, Mary. The Supervisory Committee consists of 3 to 5 volunteers appointed by the Board of Directors. The committee is responsible for the safety and soundness of the credit union by ensuring compliance with the Federal Credit Union Act, the credit union bylaws and policies, and the regulations of the National Credit Union Administration. Our independent audit firm, Doran Mayhew CPAs and Advisors, is currently examining the financial condition of the Spectra Credit Union as of December 31st, 2021, in accordance with generally accepted auditing standards. The results of their findings were presented to the Supervisory Committee and the Board of Directors. Their report, dated April 28, 2022, indicates that the credit union is operating within the bounds of sound financial practices. Additionally, the Supervisory Committee has hired Clifton Larson Allen LLC to perform internal audits for the credit union to ensure compliance with the NCUA and Spectra policies and procedures. We meet with the internal auditors regularly to review audit reports and institute recommendations that will strengthen internal controls. To effectively serve as your representatives, we must be kept aware of your concerns. You can do this formally by writing to the Supervisory Committee at 5440 Cherokee Avenue, Suite 201, Alexandria, Virginia, 22312, or informally by contacting any member of the committee at supervisorycommittee@spectracu.com. The Supervisory Committee maintains a confidential relationship with all concerned members. The members of the Supervisory Committee are myself as the chair, Carol Sullivan as the secretary, Jane Schaub as a member, and Beverly Susie Saul, an associate member.
Thank you, Rich, for the Supervisory Committee report. The safety and soundness of the credit union are of paramount importance to the Board of Directors. The work of the Supervisory Committee is absolutely critical to achieving that. The next topic on our meeting is the report from the Nominating and Education Committee, which will be given this year by board member Frank Herr. Frank, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mary. The nominating committee considered all potential candidates, excuse me, and developed a slate of candidates. Incumbent directors Richard Bevilacqua, Christoph Englert, and Mary Kappus were contacted to inquire about having their names presented for candidacy. All accepted. The slate of candidates and an announcement of the election were presented to the credit union membership in the February 2022 statements. In addition, information and procedures were provided to the credit union membership concerning how to submit additional names as candidates. Spectra Credit Union did not receive any additional nominations from the membership at large. The candidates proposed by the nominating committee are the only candidates standing for election. Therefore, in accordance with Spectra Credit Union bylaws, since there are exactly 3 candidates for the 3 vacancies, the nominees are duly elected to a 3-year term. The elected nominees are Richard Bevilacqua, Christoph Englert, Mary Kappus.
Thank you, Frank, for your report from the Nominating and Education Committee. And congratulations to the reappointed directors. Having concluded all the formal reports that we had intended to give, the next item on the agenda is unfinished business. Let's pause for a moment to check the chat boxes to see if any items of unfinished business have been brought forward by the credit union membership.
Mary, it doesn't appear there are any comments from the membership about unfinished business.
Thank you, Kristin. Since there is no unfinished business, we will move on to new business. The next, there is no new business, so at this point, we'll move on to questions. So next, we're going to answer member questions. If you have a question, please take a moment to ask a question via the questions tab in the webinar control panel. We will answer your questions after the conclusion of the call. We received 2 questions prior to the meeting that we will share and answer now.
Thanks, Mary. The first question, why was the NRL name dropped? Was this driven by a criticism of DOD? Who was behind the name change? Is this woke? This question was submitted by Jude Franklin on May 3rd, 2022. As Mary previously mentioned in her remarks, NRL name change NRL name was changed for several reasons, such as to propel membership growth, to help consumers understand that we are open to the community, and to alleviate confusion between NRL and Navy Federal Credit Union. This decision was not one that the board of directors or management team took lightly. It was after years of research and discussion that we decided it was the right move to keep our credit union thriving. Spectra is a private, not-for-profit cooperative, and we did not receive any feedback from the DoD regarding our previous or current name. And as I previously discussed, it was the decision of the board of directors to approve the name change with counsel, guidance, and consultation with credit union management. And finally, woke is not a vocabulary term that we use at Spectra. The second question, I have noticed lately that Spectra Credit Union has been giving away cash prizes valued at $500 each. I am aware of the 3 given at the grand opening on April 30th, 2022, and 10 given to Teachers Appreciation Week. This totals $6,500, which is a considerable amount. I am not aware of any other ones. My question is, where is this money coming from? This was submitted by Elaine Porter. Thank you for your question, Ms. Porter. $6,500 is a considerable amount, and the credit union understands how important it is to prudently use our members' money. We carefully budget and monitor our spending to ensure that your dollars are being used to improve services, increase membership, provide competitive rates and dividends, and sustain the organization. The $6,500 you questioned was money approved in the 2022 marketing budget allocated for the grand opening of our new Shops at Mark Center branch. Marketing is essential to our operations, and recognizing new members with giveaways or rewarding our teachers with a small token of our appreciation bonds us with the communities we serve. We appreciate your thoughtfulness in asking this question. As a reminder, if you have another question, please write it in the questions tab and we will respond to it directly at the conclusion of today's call. Please be sure to include your name as it appears on your account.
Thank you, Kristin. Before we close our proceedings, let me emphasize once again that we are always interested in your suggestions and feedback. If you have suggestions, please let one of our staff know or drop us a suggestion on our website. We really appreciate the feedback. With all the known business concluded, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn the 2021 annual meeting of members.
Is there a second?
I second the motion.
Attendees, please vote now via the poll within the GoToWebinar. It appears that the motion carries. Thank you very much for attending our annual meeting. On behalf of the entire credit union, please allow me to extend our best wishes for the continued well-being of you and your family.